Hello, welcome to Romeo and Juliet, Act 2, Scene 3. This scene is not too long, but a couple of interesting things happen. We are introduced to a new character, Friar Lawrence, who is a crazy important character. Nothing in this play happens without him. And we see him with his opening soliloquy. He's all by himself on stage, and he's doing what you would imagine any priest doing. He's up at the break of dawn, picking flowers. No, it's not like we'd imagine any priest. But Friar Lawrence is not like any typical priest. This guy knows about nature. And his soliloquy, he's talking about nature. And he pulls up this plant and he says, this plant is good and this plant is bad. And he gives examples of some good things for it, and he gives examples of bad things with it. The bad thing is you eat this flower, you're going to die. That's bad. But this very same flower, if it's just smelt, what will happen is it will cure you of certain illnesses and make you better. It will heal you. So this same flower has the power to kill and the power to heal. That's good and bad. And Friar Lawrence doesn't stop there with this little lesson about plants. He talks about mankind also. Enhoused in man is, good and evil as well. And he talks about people who can be good, and he talks about people who can be bad. And it's this interesting kind of moral relativism. Everything has the potential to be good. Everything has the potential to be bad. Right? Good and evil inside of everything. Friar Lawrence knows his people. Friar Lawrence knows his nature. Both of these are going to be important later. All right? So if anything else, Friar Lawrence is wise. He's very rational. He can think things through. He's smart. So he's doing his little mission. He's picking flowers. And here comes Romeo. Romeo just left Juliet's. Right? He's on cloud 9 right now. Okay, because Juliet has talked to him about marriage, and he's all ready to get married. That's why he's here to see Friar Lawrence, right? Friar Lawrence and Romeo go way back. Friar Lawrence knows everything about Romeo. And when Romeo shows up in the morning, Friar Lawrence knows he hasn't been in bed. And he assumes that Romeo has been out all night with Rosalind, right? Remember the line, God pardon sin, was thou with Rosalind. All right? So he knows about this, and he assumes he's up to no good with Rosalind. But Romeo explains that's not the case. He's been supping with his enemy, right? He's been seeing Juliet, and he doesn't tell this to Friar Lawrence right away. But Friar Lawrence eventually gets it out of him. Romeo explains the situation, that he loves Juliet, she's beautiful, they exchange vows, and she loves him back. Friar Lawrence, of course, bashes Romeo. He's like, you're going too fast here. You are a young waverer, right? You're changing from one to the other. Which is true. Romeo's done this at the start of the play, just yesterday. Right? As far as the play goes, it was the day before now. He was all pining over Rosalind, right? The whole world, that's all he cared about. He went to the party, saw Juliet, and then that's all he cares about now is Juliet. He changed from Rosalind to Juliet just like that, and Friar Lawrence kind of chastises him a bit and talks about the loyalty that he doesn't have, right? Women grow by their strength in men, and if men aren't strong to stay with a single woman, that's not good for society. But Romeo wants to be married. He asks Friar Lawrence to do it. What would you do in that situation? Would you agree to marry Romeo and Juliet? Or would you have some special advice for them? Let me know what that special advice would be. I'd like to hear that. Friar Lawrence considers it, and he agrees to do so. He agrees to marry Romeo with Juliet. He is not doing it for Romeo. He is not doing it for Juliet. He's not doing it because they love each other. He is doing it for one reason, and that reason is to end the feud between the Capulets and the Montagues. Okay? That's why he's doing this. It's not because he knows Romeo is a friend, not because Juliet and Romeo love each other. He's doing it to end the feud. Friar Lawrence is doing what he thinks is right. Romeo is doing what he thinks is right. Everybody's doing what they think is right in this play. And we know that things are going to go south. This play is called The Tragedy of Romeo and Juliet. They're going to die. And yet, everyone's doing what they think is right. It's as if something else is pushing them toward their fate. They're not in charge. Remember the prologue way back at the start of the play, right? They're star-crossed lovers. The stars are leading them. They have no control over it. It's some sort of weird cosmic irony. They are not controlling their situation. Okay? We are going to see things go south, and no matter what they do, nothing will stop it. At the end of the scene, Friar Lawrence gives Romeo a nice little lesson. Romeo says, "Let's hence on haste, I stand." He said, "Let us hence, I stand on sudden haste." Which is kind of an oxymoron, right? I stand, which means you're standing still, on haste, in a hurry. It's Romeo saying he's in a hurry to get married, to get this news. Will you do it? Let's go. And Friar Lawrence warns, wisely and slow. And that's Friar Lawrence. He is a wise, rational person. He takes things slow. They stumble that run fast. You get in a hurry, you're going to get into problems. Are Romeo and Juliet going fast? They met yesterday. They're getting married today. Yeah, they're going fast. What problems are going to happen? That's some nice little foreshadowing right there. All right. Have a great day. Reread the scene. Do your study guides. I'll talk to you tomorrow.